My right eye is twitching.
Is it?
Yeah, and I don't know.
I don't have my contacts in, nor do I have my glasses. So you look like a big blur right now. You look like a light-skinned blur.
I'm scared for us.
I don't know what's gonna happen.
I'm nervous.
We need to quit social media today.
What do you mean by that?
Just leave it all.
What you mean?
Leave it all.
What you talking about?
I'm gonna just be on your flight attendant flights.
What? But what you doing, babe? No. You guys, we have limited edition, not your hoodies just in time for Valentine's Day. Get yours only until February 7th. Now let me get your hoodie.
No.
It fits me better.
No.
It fits me better.
No.
Get yours, thecreatorsmerch.com, baby. Welcome back to another episode of the Unsingle podcast. I'm Shan.
I'm Jamal.
And we are back with another episode. Dang, I was trying to match you, but you kind of went higher than I thought.
Oh, my bad.
Let's do it again.
Okay.
And we're back with another
episode.
That's what I was gonna do too. What did we get into today? Tell me, how's your day been?
It's been good. Today we filmed a skit. Oh, you're talking about earlier than today?
Like today, when you opened your eyes, what happened? How'd you start your day?
Ooh, remember I didn't get much sleep last night.
Oh yeah.
So I woke up like,
Yeah.
I was struggling.
You didn't fall asleep till like 4 a.m.
Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah, I remember you waking me up. I was like, what? Go watch something.
Well, I get really inspired. So like, I was watching a skit yesterday and I got really inspired. A creator named Julie Noak. She's based out of Canada. But I like her style. I love that, I love that dry humor, that office, that Modern Family style. So I watched her video and got super inspired, and then I spiraled basically throughout the whole night, and my brain just was going all over the place. And I couldn't go to sleep until 4 o'clock in the morning.
That's crazy. You do get inspired. Like you're very like, once you are inspired by something, you're very just like driven, ready to go, got to do something.
Yeah.
Even yesterday, that happened during the day too. I don't know what you said. You said you were inspired by something. You were like, I gotta go for a walk. And we literally left the house and had to like go for a walk.
Yeah, because y'all, let me tell you what I do. And I feel so bad for Shan. Like, I feel really bad.
Why?
Basically,
I needed to leave the house.
I mean, we did.
If it weren't for you, I'd be in the house for like a week and not care. But go on.
I'm a water sign. I'm a Scorpio, for those who don't know. And us water signs, we like to, what's the word I'm looking for?
Ebb and flow. Go with the flow.
With life. And so I'm also an artist. I feel like I'm an artist. So I am very inspired by other people's work and things. And when I get inspired, my brain's like, okay, I should start filming this because I know I can create anything that I put my mind to. So I'm like, let me start creating. Which is good. It's always good for a person to be that way. But the problem is when you have a partner who is a Virgo, who is grounded, they like structure and to be a little bit more grounded, and they don't like for people to be moving around so much in their ideas and how they...
Freaks me out, bro.
Yeah, Shan...
I'd be like, what you doing? What's going on? What's happening? Where we going? What was that? Where we at?
So Shan is more of the type of person who likes to kind of be more grounded. What's the plan? It's not that she doesn't go with the plan. She's like, what's the plan? All right, this is the plan. And then when I try to change the plan, she's like, okay, exactly. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
So I was getting extremely inspired, and I wanted to create some new stuff that is a part of the stuff that I told Shan that we were going to be doing. And in my mind, I was like, oh, I know she's going to be giving me the looks that she always does of like, what are we doing? So I was like, I need to go for a walk. Baby, let's go for a walk.
I don't know if you do this, that every single time you have like an idea that you want to propose to me, you always started off with, I'm not changing anything.
Yes.
That's literally the first thing you say every single time.
That's my warning to you. Like, nothing's changing, but
I am going to do this.
But I want to do something a little different. Like, the thing is, we make money from skits. That's primarily how
content,
Yeah, we make most of our money from content and skits. And like, I already understand what it takes to like get to where we're trying to get to, because we're not where we want to be. We're still working towards that. But I want to make sure we get there. And there's ways to get there that I haven't really necessarily feel like I figured out yet. So I'm just trying different formulas to get to where I'm going and seeing what works best. As well as evolving for us, because sometimes I'll start doing something and I'm just like, I don't like this, or I'm not inspired, or and it's hard for me to like stay on task with something and like not be inspired to do it. Like I have to be somewhat inspired.
Yeah,
You
like
know?
enjoying what you're doing.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
You know, but this new thing that I got, I think it's gonna be fun. Hopefully,
I'm
we'll
excited.
see.
I can't wait to see what you got up your
she's,
sleeve.
She's here for it.
I have a question for you. So like, okay, our regular day to day, I won't say regular because every day is kind of different, but a lot of times our day kind of looks like we wake up, we have breakfast together, then it goes like straight into content, like whether it's like filming reels and the short form, and then like even just now we're doing our podcast right now, but before the podcast we'll film like a long form YouTube video that goes on our page, and then we do the podcast for about an hour, and then after the podcast we're editing or maybe finishing a reel that we didn't get to do, or like it's always something brand deals.
Shan is the brand deal department person,
and
so
like getting all that sorted.
All that stuff, yeah.
So we work together. How do you feel about us working together, or like couples who, because I feel like that's not the norm. Like most couples, they have their separate jobs and like essentially a separate life outside of, and we kind of don't really have that. How do you feel like about it, or how we navigate it?
It's hard, but you make it easy. I say it's hard because it's like we are around each other all the time, so like to understand and learn how to like switch hats is like important for us. So it's like right now we're in work mode. And most times when we're in work mode, for skits especially, Shan like allows me to lead, and then she kind of just follows, right? And then I think because you weren't in the world of doing skits and like the entrepreneurship stuff. Like she's like, I guess essentially learning to be that when
so like navigating that.
Exactly, because there'll be times where it's just like, all right, this is you. Like, tell me what to do, And that's mostly it's been for the brand deals and stuff like that. It's like, all right, like we'll come together with the concept, we'll film it, and then I'll get it to her, and then it's on her to tell me what else is needed to be done. But ultimately, it's hard. I don't feel I don't feel it being hard. I know it's hard overall because we're around each other all the time in different aspects, but like being with you makes it easy.
I do feel like I do get what you're saying. I do feel like what makes it hard is like that on and off switch, because we talked about it the other day, like maybe just 2 nights ago, where you were like on the game or something like that, and like I don't remember. I don't know if I was like asking you if you came out for something, and I was like, oh, are you done with the game? Like I was excited because I thought you were done with the game. And you were like, no, I'm about to play like one more or something like that. And like, you were like, do you want me to stay out here? Like, you want me to hang out with you? And I was like, no, we've been together like all day, like go, hang out with your friends. And you were like, no, like if you want me to stay and hang out with you, like I'll do that. You just have to tell me. You were like, because what you said basically, like it's not always just because we're together. It's not always.
Yeah, just because we're together doesn't mean we're spending quality time. And I think that's important to know, like differentiate the difference. Because me and Shan are together all day, but we don't necessarily like we're in work mode most of the time. And it's like just because you're with your partner and you're in work mode doesn't mean y'all are spending time together. Right? Like you should dedicate quality time. Like, all right, let's put down everything and let's just actually hang out.
Like what's one of the rules that we implemented recently when it comes to like dating, like or when we go on dates?
We're not allowed to talk about work.
Shan,
because I love work. I am Caribbean to the core when it comes to that. Like I love.
He goes so hard.
I be going hard, y'all. Like I just love what we do. Like I love it so much. I love making skits. I love trying to make people laugh. I love being comedic. I love love. I love relationships. I love talking about our relationship. I love Shan. Like I love all of that. So it's like. It's hard for me not to talk about it, right? It's hard for me not to do it all the time. So I know.
And it is hard because our work intertwines with our relationship a lot. So it is hard to separate the two sometimes.
It almost feels foreign sometimes when we do just specifically focus on spending time together. Because we're so used to like, and we'll be like we're just hanging out and then we'll get a text. Like we went for the walk. Remember we went for the walk on the Beltline.
Yeah.
And I was getting text from Ashley.
Oh, about
Ashley was
brand.
one of our agents, and she was just talking. We were just talking, and I'm just like, I'm trying to spend quality. I kept apologizing to Shan because it's like it's supposed to be our walk where we're just spending quality time.
Yeah.
But like, you know, it's these things are also time sensitive because like we needed to get back to her, you know, because you know what reason that is. But like I wanted to make sure that I had to like make sure and hit her up. But I was like, damn, I don't want to take away and be back on work when I already know I'm talking to Shan 90% of the time about work all the time. Anyway.
Yeah.
How does that actually? How does I know? I know how. I think I know how it makes you feel.
What? Always talking about work?
Yes, but I mean the audience doesn't know. So I guess how does that make you feel in a more detailed way of an explanation?
Sometimes it's overwhelming because it is like it is a constant, and it always like I need a mental break from it because I understand and can appreciate like you always like focusing on it because you are like that's essentially your role kind of I guess in our relationship as far as like making sure we're good and on track like when it comes to work and like that's essentially the life of an entrepreneur where it is like work doesn't really turn off when it is kind of like you have to keep going because if you don't work then you're not making money. It's like that kind of world, so I understand it, but it is I think us being in a relationship does you know make me you know desire that more like wanting to be able to like turn it on and turn it off like knowing when you know when it's more like just an intimate setting and like not wanting to talk about it all the time and just needing that mental break from like the work because I get it that's what burns me out. So I think that I don't know, did I answer your question? You know what's funny? I'm distracted because I don't know if you can tell or if on the camera, my right eye is twitching.
Is it?
Yeah, and I don't know.
I don't have my contacts in, nor do I have my glasses. So you look like a big blur right now. You look like a light skin blur. That's all I see.
My right eye is twitching this whole time, so like
a light skin blur.
I'm trying to like pay attention to what you're saying, and it's just like twitching, and then I'm talking. I'm like,
switch. I saw the last
well,
switch.
no, that was me like doing it. It's like a very subtle, just like.
Oh, you got that Forrest Whitaker? Yeah, you got that Forrest.
I got that Whitaker.
She got that Whitaker.
I got that Whitaker.
She got that Whitaker.
That's so funny. But I was saying, but yeah. So I think, but I do think that we work well together, and I think that's why I'm not like bothered by it as much, where I'm just like, because I will say like I remember when I was with my ex and we tried to like work. I remember we had a phase where because he was like a photographer, and so we had a phase where I think I wanted to be an influencer or a model or something.
You wanted to be one. It's okay.
I can't remember what, I don't know if it was an influencer or just model or something. But anyways, so like we would try to work together to like, oh, like we can make this a thing. Oh yeah, because as a flight attendant too, I wanted to be able to do like travel vlogging, like that type of thing. But we clashed so hard. Like we did not get along. It would always end with like by the end of like whatever shoot or whatever we were trying to do, like we would be like not speaking to each other because we would be mad at each other all the time.
Dang.
And we don't have that. I feel like when we work together, like it doesn't feel like work.
It never feels like work to me either. I think when we work together, it never feels like it. But I do feel like sometimes you be getting in moods or modes where you're just like, I can tell you're just like over it.
Not, yeah, there are
but
times
you don't like necessarily express that you're over it.
Yeah, because there'll be times I don't feel, I'll be like, dang, I gotta do my hair and makeup and put on clothes. Like my robe is real comfy right now.
Yeah.
I like looking little with my hair all, I don't want to keep my bonnet on. Let me keep my bonnet on.
And then I just realized too, I just had a realization this week when I normally interrupt you to have you do things. And I didn't realize I did that until this week.
What do you mean?
Like you'll be just sitting there watching like Breaking Bad or something like that. And I'll be like, all right, here, post all of these.
That's not true.
I feel like I be doing that.
There's times that we do it when we have to like work, like a day like today, or not even today, because our short form day is like on Thursday. So like we'll film all day Thursday, and then you'll edit it once we're done filming, and then once you're done editing, it is my job to like post it. So on a day like that, I might be like, while you're editing, I'll probably be watching TV, and then you'll be done editing and be like, hey, can you do this?
Yeah, but I feel like I just be interrupting you. Or I feel like I guess maybe it doesn't bother you then.
So what do you think are things we can implement to kind of like not keep the spark alive? That's not what I want to say, because I do feel like we still are like excited. Like I don't feel like, how do I put this? I don't feel like it's had any kind of adverse effect on our relationship, because I feel like we do a really good job managing it. But I am curious if like there's certain things that people in relationships like do to like keep those, like, I don't know, where you can be your own person, I'm my own person. We don't get burnt out from like always being together or always working together and like that type of thing.
I think designated days, for people who feel like they don't have as much structure, I think you just can probably try to set a designated day where you guys force each other to spend time away from each other. So it's like, my designated day mostly is Sundays. So I normally on Sundays go hang out with my high school friends, and I'm gone for the whole day. And most times what I tell you, I'm like, girl, you can text me, but I probably ain't gonna be texting you back. I literally, when I get there, I don't even know where my phone is. I just like throw it to the side. I put it in like a box and I close the box.
You do not close it. Is there literally a box? Okay. I'm like, what?
But I literally like throw my phone out the window, because like, it's not that I'm even detoxing from like you or anybody. I just want to get off social media.
Yeah.
So
because it's like when you have your phone in your hand, it's like inept.
Man, I'm always on. That's why part of me, and I know people are gonna hate me saying this, part of me, if this ban happened, I think I would be okay.
You're okay with TikTok going away?
It's not that I want it to go away.
Excuse me.
I love what the app has done for so many people. And this is not even a slight on TikTok. Really, I should be a person that has more discipline, to be honest with you. But man, like that app it's too good.
I'm gonna be so
good.
sad. There's like
the app too good.
If TikTok goes away,
it's too good.
That's gonna be rough. I have two different views. As a content creator, I have a different view. As a consumer, I have a different view. As a consumer, I am very sad if it's going. Like I
agree.
Because my For You page, I built that thing brick by brick, dollar by dollar.
Dollar by dollar.
I built it on my own, on my back.
On my back.
And it just knows me so well, and I just be scrolling, and I'm like, you get me, and then like you know what keeps me on there? It's the comment section.
You love comment section.
I will read the comment section like before I watch a full video.
You're the only person I know that love reading comments.
No, everybody loves the comment section.
You're right. I'm just not in that world. I think maybe because in the beginning I had to learn to not read the comment section because I was a creator.
Oh, okay. So you just
I read a
inherently
comment that was so bad one time, and I would not say it on camera.
Okay.
It was racist, N-word, ER type stuff. And because of that comment, it hurt me to my core. And from that day on, I was like, I have to build tough skin, and I'm not gonna read these comments.
Yeah.
So I don't really read comment sections.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even when the video's not about you?
Yeah. Oh, when it's not about me?
Yeah, when you're just scrolling.
I think I'm just trained not to read it.
That's
wild.
I
don't really look at
That's
comments.
the best part. I'm telling you, that's the
Sometimes.
best part of TikTok.
Yeah.
Is the comment section.
That's why. Yeah, look at you already. You got that face. Like,
I want to scroll right now. I feel like a fiend.
Get off this podcast.
I gotta I can't physically do it, so I gotta pretend. No, I love the comment section. They be saying the most crazy stuff.
They do say some crazy. There'd be some funny stuff.
And it'd be like, I feel like it's like we have inside jokes.
Yes.
On TikTok.
Yeah.
Like if you go on other platforms, you're not gonna get, or if you're not on TikTok, you're not gonna get it.
I agree with you. As a consumer, I'm sad.
But as a creator,
that shit need to go.
You think so?
As a creator, yes. Because I told you, my whole life was on YouTube, and I was a YouTuber, and like I knew how to create for YouTube, and then it came, and it just like melted my stuff down because I decided to make decisions to keep up with TikTok, and which again, it all comes down to me. It's my fault, but I just wish I did things a little differently. But I mean, if it stays, cool. I'll just do my best to use it to our advantage so we can continue to grow.
Yeah.
And we have a strong, solid TikTok, so I'm happy about that as well.
Yeah.
So.
I feel like there's like TikTok created like this pressure of like being like having to be so like it created like such a fast-paced world.
Yeah, I agree.
And that I'm tired of. I thought I heard something. I'm just tripping. I do feel like it created like I think it caused me to have ADD. which might just occur. That's why I'm like, I'm admitting it.
You're admitting?
Or something. I'm not going to self-diagnose. I cannot self-diagnose because that's crazy.
Y'all don't understand how big this is. Since day one, Shan has accused me of being the only one with ADD. Since day one.
Because you do. I acknowledge the things that I do now.
She has never said, she'd be like, people, what did you say that one day? People just kind of like when they leave stuff around or something like that. You just said something like that when they leave stuff around the house, that's what most people who are diagnosed with ADD do.
And then I look at you. No, you know what's crazy? When you, it's like I look at the traits you have, and when you Google to kind of verify, like I wanted to prove to you that you have ADD, so I'm like, what about, or what was it? Like I Googled something, like traits of ADD, and like it pulls up this whole list of descriptions, and I was looking for it to match your stuff, but it was actually matching stuff I do, and I was like, hold on, time out. This ain't what you were supposed to say.
I thought you were about to say something different just now.
What?
I thought you were going to be like, I was putting in Google the traits that it said that you had, and it was going to say you had like AIDS or something.
What? No. No, it basically told me, I was looking for it to verify that you have ADD, which you do. You have AD, you probably have ADHD.
I got one of them ADDs.
But the search results definitely gave me some things that looked like it was talking about me, and I.
But the craziest thing is I didn't have it, and I tell you all the time. I talk about how like when I was doing YouTube and just YouTube, I wasn't on Instagram, I wasn't on none of those apps. I was so like I could focus. Granted, I was also doing a lot of yoga. Hot yoga is my thing, y'all. Just to let y'all know, I'm gonna get back to it. But it's great with meditation, and it helps you allow you to keep your focus, which is something you should do in your relationship as well. But
what?
Meditation, but that's a different subject. I don't want to get off topic.
I think we were talking about that. We got off topic with the TikTok.
Yeah, with the TikTok. But I don't want to get off topic. I want to get back on topic.
Yeah, I think. Well, no, but in relation to that, if you are talking about things that you should do in a relationship. Like, do you feel like it's better to do things together or separate?
I think it just depends. It's so hard because all relationships are so different. Like in our relationship, I need time to recharge away from you. So a lot of times, because we live in the same house or same apartment, my time to recharge is playing the game because I'm in the room, I'm in the game. Normally, you know how you like when you walk in, just ask me a question how you used to. I used to be like, oh crap. Yeah. It was because I was in my own world. Yeah. I'm so much in my own world. I feel like I'm by myself. I don't feel like you're around. You're not here. That like it allows me to recharge. And then it's like, all right, I haven't seen my baby in a while. Let me come out and kiss her and hug her and hang out with her. Like that to me is like my time away from you. Yeah.
You do come out with a lot of love and affection.
Yeah, it's my recharging time. That's what I need to recharge. And Shan is more the person who, like, she recharges when she's with her partner. Like that's when she gets her like recharge.
And not even like talking to you. Like it doesn't have like just doing our own thing, but like together. Together.
So we both have to understand. So she allows me to like, let my man be.
Yeah, do your thing, 21.
She'll even like ask me, she'll be like, hey, like, do you need time to yourself? I can go like to my parents' house. I can go hang out with my new nephew. Like, if you want to come, you can. If you don't want to go, she says things like that. So
I think it's important to have your own like things too. Cause like I have been like one of my focuses this year is finding more things that I enjoy doing on my own to kind of just have my own like thing without it being like tied to you or anybody else, just things that I enjoy doing. So I need to get back. I have a whole pile of books over here. I need to get back into.
If you ever get around to it.
I will.
It's not because you don't want to. It's just because we have so much stuff going on.
I know. I always feel like there's always so much stuff to do.
There's always so much
And so by the time we're done doing it, I won't be feeling like thinking about like, oh, let me do the other thing I want to
relax.
Yeah.
No, we got a lot going on.
Because even outside of our work stuff, we have a wedding that we're planning, our wedding ceremony. Yeah. We're also, I forgot that.
We're moving.
Oh yeah, we're moving. That's the other thing. You see, is that ADD? What is that? You know when you lose focus in the middle of a sentence? What is that?
Those ADD. What's that, y'all?
Is that a thing? What happened? Like if I'm in the middle of a sentence and I forget what I'm talking about in the middle of the sentence, what is that? Don't Google it. Google go be like,
about to
you
be like,
are having,
retardation.
you are having an aneurysm.
You're having a stroke.
You're literally having a stroke right now.
You're having a stroke.
You're actually already deceased.
Not Naomi looking it up. What is it called?
Is that ADD?
ADD versus ADHD.
It's one of the two.
You
just
think
lose the
so?
focus. Yeah, I do it too. I literally, okay, so when I went to go grab the camera, I went to go grab the second camera, and I walked in the room and completely forgot what I was in the room.
You were just standing in the room.
Yeah, I walked in, got to the door, and I was like, why am I in here? Like, I know I came in here for a reason.
Time.
And then luckily, I remembered, oh, I gotta get the second camera. But lately, like, I've been like completely
I'm
over.
scared for us.
I don't know what's gonna happen.
I'm
We need to
nervous.
quit social media today.
What do you mean by that?
Just leave it all.
What you mean?
Leave it all.
What you talking about?
We're gonna I'm gonna just be on your flight attendant flights.
What? I gotta go back to work.
You gonna support me, baby? I'm gonna be you gonna be a sugar mama?
Bro, I'm scared.
I need your support.
Nah,
be
we gotta
funny.
fix that.
Well, oh, that's a good question I have.
What?
How would you feel? Because right now, currently, the dynamic, we both work on one business,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
You don't work at your 9 to 5.
My man retired me.
I did retire Shan. I retired Shan, but you still do work. You still do work. It's not that you don't do any work. She just doesn't have to go to her traditional 9 to 5. So, and because of her job, she has flexibility in doing that.
Yes.
So, how would you feel if today
Yes.
I was like, you know what, I can't do social media anymore. It's driving me crazy. Like, do you think you can hold it down until I figure out what new avenue of life I want to do? Where would you go from there?
If we just abandon the content.
Yeah, if I was just like, we got to leave it behind. I need to figure it out. I'm going crazy. I need to figure out.
First of
something.
all, we would have to think long and hard about this. But if that's the conclusion, if you're just like, I just can't do it anymore. I'm not happy. If that was the conclusion we came to, then, well, okay. So here's the thing. I feel like with my job, I don't like hate my job.
Yeah, I know.
So I feel like it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
But to hold us down.
The way you said that.
Because that means I have to work like a lot. Because
down.
Because it's I feel like to maintain the lifestyle
That we have right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we.
I would have to work a lot more, and then it's like the role. Now the roles are switched. Now it's like I'm the.
Oh, I'll be learning cooking recipes.
You would?
Oh hell yeah.
Are you?
I would love to be a stay-at-home dad.
Would you really?
Man. Hell yeah. Why are you looking at me like you trying to decode?
Because I don't believe you.
No, I would. Hell yeah, in a heartbeat.
You would?
Yeah.
Why? What would you love about it? What? So that you wouldn't have not having to stress
Babe,
about
I don't have to worry about bills. I don't have to worry about finances. All
But
I
there's
gotta do
other
is
things
worry
you have
about
to worry
what
about.
you're gonna be hungry, like what you need to eat when you get home. That's all I gotta worry about.
So you feel like it's easy to
Keeping
being
the
a
house
stay-at-home
clean?
dad, or staying at home? You're not a dad yet, or
Yeah, I got you.
a stay-at-home husband.
I won't say it's easy. I won't say it's easy. I don't think it's easy, but would I prefer it? Absolutely.
You know how hard it is to come up with a meal every single day?
Exactly. Too bad you don't cook meals every single day, Shan.
I cook like twice a week.
1.5 times a week.
Yeah.
I would say that.
Yeah.
You cook dinner 1.5 times. You always make breakfast.
Yeah, I cook
You make
breakfast every day.
every morning. But I try to make it easy so it's not like,
Yeah. Yeah. Because it is still like we're doing content and stuff, so
it's normally just an easy breakfast to be made. But yeah, I would learn how to cook. I clean. I do all of that.
Would you be comfortable in that role though? Like with being that person and me you think
I'm
so?
tired.
I feel like you would have a hard time like releasing the reins and like.
I done told you, Shan, I'm tired. I told your daddy that.
Wait, what?
Remember when we was at the crib?
What?
And I
No.
was like, y'all, I'm tired.
What you mean?
I've been doing this since I was 17.
Working?
Babe.
I'm curious about, I don't know if this is a good time to bring up the conversation, but you and Jordan mentioned earlier, like, as a man, like, it's it's I don't remember how you phrased it.
What did we say, Jordan?
Well, I don't want to say
Nobody
that
cares?
you guys basically said that y'all weren't happy.
Oh,
well, no,
as
not
men.
that you guys aren't happy, but like being
Yes.
a man is like draining. It's like
It is.
tiresome, I guess, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, most men aren't happy just in life because we don't have anything. It's not. A lot of it too is also self. So like, things that make us happy are like within us. Like, I'm not looking to a woman for happiness. I'm looking to like things that just like genuinely make me happy. So like, if it's basketball, then I'm gonna go play basketball. It makes me happy. If it's making money, then that's gonna make me happy. Like we go
Yeah.
and seek those things to make us happy.
Yeah.
And also the world doesn't really like it's just not kind to us all the time. And I'm more saying as like black men. Like white guys, they got a whole different. They on a different.
There's a whole
tier.
different algorithm.
Yeah, different algorithm. Black men, no, it's just so a lot of us aren't really that happy.
Because it's like you feel so it's like a constant the pressure of like
we're getting beat up on
providing
every
and
day.
stuff and
It's not that. I think we just get beat up on every day.
you think so?
Yeah, you don't, like I said, you don't go out unless you're attractive, which in my scale thing, I think I'm like, as far as looks, if I really was trying to look good, I think the most I can get to is like a 6.5, 7, right?
Okay.
But like most days I'm like a 5, right?
Okay.
I think what attracts
Some extra
people to me is
points.
my personality.
Okay.
That's
And you
the-
tall. That you know
I'm
that gives a
tall,
lot of
I'm dark
points.
skinned. In my prime, I'm muscular.
In my
right?
prime.
I'm muscular when I'm in my prime. Right now, I ain't there. Right now, I got a little belly something. I ain't trying to show. But in my prime, I'm muscular.
Okay.
So those things already kind of boost me up. And
That
then I
helps.
got a really different. My personality is different.
Okay.
And I can make people. I'm comedic, so
Okay.
I make people laugh. So that's a bonus. So I kind of rely on those things. Not anymore. I'm with you. But see, my ADD just kicked in. It just hit.
Yeah.
I forgot where I was going.
Boop. I can't remember what we were talking about
What were we
either.
talking about?
Oh, like
Oh, yeah.
niggas don't be happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
ADHD.
Yeah,
oh,
see?
we
ADHD.
verified we have per Google. We have
ADHD.
ADHD. Both of us, or just
See how she did that? She tried to
Just-
say no. It's both of us.
it's okay. You can say.
According to the law.
Yes.
According to your symptoms.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta fact check her.
But let me finish my point that I'm trying to remember as we're talking.
I don't trust that.
We normally seek self-happiness. But for me, like the things that made me happy was like hanging out with friends. Things that made me happy. I'm saying this as a guy who was single at one point, not where I'm at now. Right now, I'm 100% happy. You make me happy. You show me that you love me. All of those things. I'm not one of the guys that we talk about, but we are amongst a lot of those guys. So we do understand. The world just beats us up. That's all. It's really what it comes down to.
Yeah, I feel like black men don't get a lot of support or like,
Yeah.
and I don't know, there's a certain culture. Do you feel like, because you're in therapy, do you feel like therapy helps with stuff like that?
It does.
Like balancing those emotions in that
Yeah.
way?
I think about your dad,
Yeah,
right?
great guy.
Amazing guy. Your dad is amazing. The Father's Day terminology of like how mothers get everything and fathers just be forgetting about the dad, right? How stepdads get disrespected. Like every kind of dad or man role as a black man, especially, is just disrespected. But think about your dad, right? Normally, who's the last to receive the news?
Like family
Yes.
news. It'd be my daddy.
Why is that?
Because I don't know.
I'm curious to know. Why is your dad the last person to receive the news? Give me an honest answer.
I don't know. I feel like sometimes it'd be feeling like, not that he doesn't care, but like it's the last thing on my mind.
Why?
I don't know the answer.
What about your mom?
I call that girl every day.
Immediately.
Sometimes 3 times a day.
But what I'm saying is y'all don't ever tap in with the dad
Yeah.
to ever give him news. The baby just got born.
Yeah.
Like y'all don't ever really like check on him. I don't ever really like.
No, that's yeah.
It's normally him who has to like come and check on y'all or like say. And to me, in my opinion, he's shown to me as I was around that he wants to be involved in news. He wants to. We even made a joke of it. We were like, we're gonna go and tell your dad, or I'm gonna introduce. We're gonna.
Oh yeah, when we were first dating,
Yeah,
you were
I met
like
your dad first
you
on
purpose-
purpose,
yeah.
just because we were trying to like.
Wait, that was a
make
funny
your mom feel jealous.
situation.
Yeah.
Do you remember how that happened? You were like, because I was already just in general anxious about him meeting my parents because that's just a nerve-wracking thing. And so we were out at brunch one day. We were near my parents' house and we kind of like impromptu were just like, let's go. Let's
just go.
Let's just do it.
Yeah.
Because I was just going to keep putting it off.
Yeah.
So you were like, let's just do it. And so my dad was home and my mom was at work. And so we pulled up, I hit my dad up like, hey, you home? So my dad met Jamal, meeting went great. Y'all are literally the same person.
Yeah,
so it was crazy.
we're literally the same person.
And then, so we left, everything was good. Then like, maybe it was later that night. A couple hours later, I get a text from my mom says, how could you? That was the whole text. There was no previous conversation or context. It was just, how could you? So if you ever wonder where I get my dramatics from.
She was so mad that you met your. I knew she was gonna be like. I was like, this is funny because normally the moms be the ones who like want to know everything. You know what I mean?
And then we went. I think the next day I had you.
It was like I think it was like a couple weeks actually.
Weeks?
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't think it
meeting
was
your mom
weeks, 'cause
until,
she
like, a
couldn't
week
wait that
later
long.
Or something. It felt like it.
Yeah, but a little bit after that, you met her too.
Yeah.
But you've talked. I think did you spoke to them on the phone previously or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so they've been in communication, but like as far as like actually meeting face to face, y'all did that a little bit later. But
either way,
yeah.
Like why you still haven't really answered why your dad is the last
I don't
person.
know.
How come you guys don't check on him? How come men we really don't get that support. And we have to do it for ourselves. We have to show up for ourselves in a lot of ways. Like you already know my story and the support I did not get. And how I had to like create the support for myself and latch on to people that were there in my life in order to become the man that I was supposed to become. Right? But we don't really have, and it's hard. It's hard on both parties because if you're a man, we already know about how they basically came to the black family's household and took the man out and then made the new man the government assistants, and that's why you have a lot of single black mothers who are raising boys, but a black mother doesn't know how to raise a black boy to be a man, right? She can give the 50%, but the other 50% will always be lacking, and hopefully that child could grow up and find
Like
a way
mentors
to
and stuff.
add that part or learn how to be that part so then they could be better for their children, right? And that's no one's, I don't blame that on the black man or black woman. One thing I'll never do in this podcast is say it's your fault, or it's like, I'll say it's my fault before anything, because I feel like a lot of our content in the black community is very divisive.
Okay.
Like when I scroll TikTok, I see so much, like the selfishness between our culture is like, well, you know, a man don't do this for me, or like a man would be like, well, this woman isn't submissive enough. It's like, or this person's the prize. It's like, there is no prize in the relationship. The relationship is the prize. That's what the prize is.
I feel like I came across a lot of content like that when I was single.
Man.
Like it was so much of like,
You're just like, and it makes you hate, like it makes me hate you.
yeah.
Because I'm over here like, you're right. And I'm not saying that it's not true. Like a lot of the things they do talk about is true. That like I do feel what the black man is saying. I don't know what it's like to be a black woman, so I can't say like I feel what you're feeling, but I can believe it enough to know it's true, or it feels true for you. But that's not the results. That's not the goal. The goal isn't for me to sit here and talk about all of my hardships. I've been through a lot of shit. A lot of people don't know Like I started in the projects of Brooklyn. Like people were like, "You what? The way you talk, how you act?" No, that's true. So I've seen some things at a young age, and then as I grown older, like I had a life that was a little easier, but still we didn't grow up with no money. I grown up like the traditional Black person story that you see in all the movies and stuff like today.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean I need to all of a sudden sit here and be like, well, my struggle was harder. I can't. Who am I to tell you your struggle was harder or better? My goal is to find someone that I can build a life and a legacy with. So I'm gonna leave all that stuff at the door, and I'm gonna come to you with the foundations to be able to build something strong that we can start moving forward new with our legacy and our children. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, well, nobody cares about Black men, so like, when it comes to you.
So what do you think are things in a relationship that you appreciate? Like when you talk about feeling like as a man, like how you feel, I don't even think, you're not saying undervalued, but how you feeling, the feeling of maybe that you don't matter as much? Is that kind of?
Like, that's how do I feel about it?
Is that what you're kind of expressing?
I just know it to be true. I do feel like I matter.
Yeah.
But I had to learn that through therapy.
Yeah.
That I do matter. You have to kind of like, and that's for anybody who, like, man or woman, if you feel like you're not valued, go like figure out like how you debunk that, because you do. Like, so I do matter. I know how society treats us, and I know how I treat me. I know how you treat me. I know that I do matter. I know I matter to you. I know I matter to other people. And that's all I need. I don't need anything more than that, right? But I'm just kind of, we was talking about it because it's true. It's something that is true.
Yeah.
But that's not the goal. In our relationship, that's not the goal. My goal isn't to make you feel bad or.
Yeah, it's interesting that this came up because I was talking to, I was with my sister and my brother-in-law yesterday, and the conversation came up because they just had a baby, and he was expressing, like, he made a comment, something along the lines of like men go through a lot when it comes to, having a baby. And he was saying that, like, it was kind of, or like I think he stopped himself from talking. He was like, actually, never mind, I can't say that. And both of us were like, well, wait, what do you mean? And he kind of was basically saying, it came from the conversation of, because right now there's this thing that came up that said women's symptoms during pregnancy, like if they have a smooth labor or pregnancy versus a difficult one, is based on like a man and his health and that whole thing. And so it kind of was like a conversation almost saying, well, why does it, like, how did the man get brought into this? And so he said that as far as like, oh, like it's hard for a man too, but we can't talk about it. And it was like a whole it was kind of he was saying that to say, it was met with like he's not allowed to say that. Like he's not allowed to say what he went through, even though it's hard for him too.
Yeah.
And it's like, I get, like, men, like it is a whole thing for men as well. Like it's a lot of changes you're experiencing as well, but it's like neglected because the woman is the one that's like going through it. So it feels like you're not allowed to feel things as well. Yeah. And it's like the way I feel like it's almost like the struggle Olympics. It's like who has it worse, and it shouldn't be that. Like it's hard for both people, but it just, in the context of like when you're talking to the woman that's actually dealing with it, it's like it feels like you're not allowed to express it. And so it kind of left me thinking, like, where is it that a man can go and be able to express freely, what he's experiencing and like what he's going through, and because it is hard to, if I'm going through labor and delivery and I'm going through morning sickness and I'm throwing up, and you come to me talking about some, I'm kind of feeling
I'm a little woozy.
I'm a little woozy too. That would piss me off. That would make me upset. Like I ain't trying to hear that. Like you're crazy a little bit. But it's still a real feeling for you, and it's like, I don't know. Maybe it should be, as a woman, maybe I should be more receptive to it, or is that something like maybe you need to find somebody else to talk to about it?
I mean, I can't necessarily say how a woman should feel about it
Yeah.
because obviously you're dealing with a lot of different hormonal issues
Yeah.
throughout that time. So, but I do think other men it will probably be better for. He's not going to talk about it with other men. He's probably going to like release. But it is probably for other men in his life to come in and say, "How are you feeling? Are you okay?" You know.
Why do you think men are so opposed to therapy?
Because we've spent so much time doing it ourselves and having to figure it out. It's not that men are opposed to therapy, is that when we seek therapy before, the door was shut in our face.
What do you mean? Like with an actual therapist?
It's like when they said to LeBron, like, shut up and dribble.
Oh.
So like,
Did they say that
we
to him?
don't. Yeah, it was a reporter. I forgot her name, but she basically said that to him.
Dang, because he was complaining about something?
He was making. Yeah, he's talking about I think political world issues, and she was just like, shut up and dribble. You know, so like, it's like that for men. We don't necessarily go to therapists, but like therapy for most people are their friends, their family. You know, when you're growing apart and you don't have someone to like confide in or like to release to, like you're getting, that's like the door being closed in your face. And then on top of that, as when we're young, like it's bullying is a thing, like social things that you go through in high school and middle school, you know, like that also comes into play as well. But like, it's not that we don't want to go to therapy. I think a lot of us did. It's like we tried it and we got burnt in other ways. And once we got, like, it's like touching a stove. If you touch it, you don't want to touch it again. And now you've spent all this time learning to cope with your feelings in a different way.
Yeah, it's like always that narrative of like man up or
shut up and I won't say that it's
cry.
not necessary. I think there is a certain level of that's not needed because men need that adversity to be stronger.
Okay.
Right? But sometimes it's past the point. Sometimes it's past the point to where we do need to like voice how we feel. We do need to express, you know, how we feel. All you're like in that situation where you say like your brother-in-law says like because he's been through situations where he's expressed. It could even be in his present relationship today to where like anything he complains about, it's like, no, like I'm going through this. You know what I mean? But it's like, it's hard for me because I have a hard time empathizing because y'all were built for this.
Who, women?
Yes.
You have a hard time empathizing.
Like it's hard for me to be like, to come to you, and I understand y'all are going through a lot of hormonal things, but like it's hard for women to not allow their man to express what they're going through, although that's the narrative, because every time a woman goes pregnant, normally the narrative in a relationship from a woman's point of view is you're not the one having to push them out. You're not the one's body that's going through a lot of changes. You're not the one dealing with the emotional or hormonal issues.
Yeah.
Like that's normally the narrative.
Yeah.
But like, no one on this earth is built for this but you. I can't push out a child. I can't bear what you're bearing. You were built for this. You were biologically built to do this, you know? So it's like, because you were, like, in a sense, it's like, why are you, I don't want to say complaining, but why isn't an issue?
That doesn't make it easier though. That
I
doesn't make
understand.
it doesn't make it not hard.
So then why is it pushed on the man?
As what do you mean? Why is what pushed
Like
on a man?
like the statements of and I'm doing the thing that I said I wasn't going to do, being decisive. But I am curious to know, why is it pushed on a man with those statements? Like you're not the one pushing out this child. You're not the.
I mean, I think those statements are usually met with like I don't think anybody just really says it out of nowhere. I feel like it's almost as like a reaction or response to like somebody saying something, as if like you shouldn't be complaining or feeling a type of way. And it's like it's a lot, and sometimes it feels like people forget, or because it's expected of us, it's like it's not warranted. Like it's still really hard. It's still mentally hard. It's still there's a lot of not just emotions, but there's a literal shift in the chemistry of your body that's happening. So it feels like sometimes it does feel like people have to be reminded, like it's not just because it's expected of me or because like I'm like this is happening to me, and it's like there's some people who like feels like it's out of, you know, it's like something that's happening that's out of your control as far as like the things that your body is going through. So I don't know if it's just getting pushed on that those topics are getting pushed on men just out of like shits and giggles. Like I feel like those types of comments are usually because of or like a reaction or response to something else. I believe. Yeah. Obviously I've never had a baby, been pregnant, but
Yeah.
yeah. So
Well, I was saying like it may be more in instances of like, it's okay. Calm down.
That's what you don't say. That's what you don't say. That's what don't. But yeah.
I'm just talking from a point of view. Obviously, I'm not in that place.
Yeah.
As a man, I'm very happy. I can't wait for you to have kids or have my babies. I do think you're built for this. I think you're strong enough.
I
I
agree.
think you got it all.
I agree.
You know, and I'm here to support you in that process for our child.
Yeah. I feel like we'll be a great team.
With kids?
Yeah.
I think you're going to be freaking out a lot.
I will be, but like you're gonna be the one like calming me down.
Yeah,
like you're good at keeping me calm. So I'm excited. I look forward to it.
Yeah. You know, we have like 4 or 5 babies. Dang, 6? We have 6?
I feel like the number, I want to like roll the tapes. I feel like the number just keeps changing every episode.
It keeps going up or down?
Definitely going up.
Oh.
It's definitely going up.
Yeah.
Is for surely going up.
I think, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. So
We'll get to it after the first one.
So that's the end of this episode, you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Check us out on Patreon for bonus exclusive content that you won't get on YouTube. We're on Spotify, and we're the Unsingle podcast on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Everywhere that podcasts are, I think.
Yes, hopefully.
Hopefully. I don't know. Anyways, bye guys.
Bye.